Hey, what's up guys? I'm going to review the Pheanoo D6. This is a budget 2.1 system soundbar, meaning it has two speakers and one subwoofer. That's what the 2.1 stands for. So this is a very budget system, and I've always kind of wondered how good these sound. Now, this is not going to replace your home theater. It's definitely not going to give you Dolby Atmos or anything like that. It's just going to be something that replaces your TV speakers and gives you much better sound and a bit better bass. So the system is 240 watts of power or 100 watts of RMS, which is really the real power rating here. So let's open this up, see what's inside, and I'm going to connect it and we're going to play with the settings. Remote, very basic, nothing fancy. HDMI cable. Doesn't specify which HDMI interface it is, but it's probably good enough for audio return channel. We have a AC to DC converter, so it is 100 to 240 volts. Metal brackets, not sure what that's for yet, probably for mounting it on the wall. Dolby audio, so it comes in two pieces. You do have to connect them, otherwise it won't work. And let me just take out the sub and all. So it's a decent size sub, but for a home theater it's a very small size sub compared to other standard home theater subs. And that's pretty much it. Doesn't seem like it's removable. So this probably just straight up plugs in to the soundbar itself. So it doesn't have its own power. So everything's powered by this, which also gives you some sort of indicator that this is not going to be super loud based on that alone. I feel like the thickness of my receiver wire is much thicker than this. Then again, it's designed to power all the speakers, which also makes sense. It has a piano black finish. So one of them comes with the cable. You connect it to the other side. And it's just going to be a 20 degrees turn. Okay, and you're good to go. So that's about how big it is. So it's very minimalistic, very space saving in design. And here are the connectors. So it's subwoofer out, DC in, which is your power. It has the USB for upgrade only, I guess it says. HDMI, ARC. ARC stands for audio return channel, which means if you have something connected to your TV, you can get sound out of this, assuming you set your TV to output to this. Assuming your TV also supports it, you have to connect it to the audio return channel or EARC, enhanced audio return channel port. Granted, this only supports audio return channel, not enhanced. It also has an optical cable, and it looks like it has an auxiliary. This thing also takes Bluetooth, so you could stream audio from your phone or tablet or laptop directly to this. So it comes with the Y cable. So you have white and red, which is your audio cables, and this is your 3.5 millimeter. So this is typically called a Y cable. I guess you could screw this into the wall. It comes with anchors and screws, which explain the brackets. And it comes with a whole bunch of user manuals on how to connect it and everything and what it all does. As far as the connection, my TV has 4 HDMI ports, but only one is dedicated for audio return channel or enhanced audio return channel. So in order to get sound to my soundbar from devices that are connected directly to my TV, I need to connect the soundbar to HDMI 2 in my case, because you could see the little EARC, ARC here. So this is very important to connect. You also need to be using an HDMI cable that is compatible with audio return channel, and I'm assuming the one they provided is compatible with that. But in my case, I'm just going to be using my existing HDMI cables because for sure they're compatible, and I like the fact that they're color coded. Alright, time to connect the soundbar. So we have our subwoofer cable, which goes into the SW out. We have our HDMI cable, which goes to the only HDMI port here. And finally, we have our power cable that goes into the DC port. If I wanted to hook up an auxiliary, I would hook it up there. I don't need that. If I had an optical cable, which is another way of transmitting sound, I'm not using that either. I'm just using the HDMI port. So should be good to go. However, on my TV, I do need to select audio return channel for the sound to come to this. I'm gonna play this copyright-free song on my TV speakers, then I'm gonna transition to the soundbar so you guys could hear a difference. Okay, so you could hear there is a clear difference between my TV speakers and the soundbar. So there is a bass plus and a bass minus, so you could adjust your bass, you could also adjust your treble and the volume. So you do have a few options here, but it's not like a full-on equalizer where you could change pretty much everything. This is a basic setup for this basic soundbar. You can also set up Bluetooth, so you hit the Bluetooth key, and on your phone, so click pair new device. So D6, so I'm going to pair with that. I'm going to click pair, and it's active. So I could go play that same song. And I can control the volume from my phone. And that's what you see. You can also turn off the indicator lights, so if you don't want to see anything, you don't have to. So there's a little indicator button. So if I turn off the indicator and I press play, so the indicator light turns it off, but as soon as I press a key, it looks like it goes back on. So again, play. Pause. So I could control it from this as long as it's on Bluetooth. It looks like I could control the play, pause, and I could probably go to the next song as well.
I'm working on mine.
Yeah, so I can also control to go to the next video or song or whatever when I'm on Bluetooth. Now if I go back to the copyright free song, I'm gonna go through these 4 settings. So it says music, dialogue, movie, and 3D. and we could see what it sounds like for the difference. Music. Movie. 3D. You also have the buttons here where you could turn it on and off, and you could do the volume control from here as well. After playing with the soundbar, I gotta say for the price, it's actually pretty good. And it doesn't look half bad. So it doesn't take up too much space, so it's very minimalistic, as you could see here. But it's not going to give you home theater. Like my 5.1 system sounds way louder than this. There's no comparison. And that's one of the reasons why I played the Dark Knight movie, because that beginning scene especially, where they pop the windows, they go through the bank, everything is insanely loud. Like you almost feel like you're there. Whereas with this system, it just feels like it's loud. It's not like immersive. It's not like you're there. It's just, oh, okay, I'm watching a movie, I'm watching it fairly loud, it sounds pretty good, but nowhere near the sound quality you can expect. But that's also why it also costs much less than that type of system, because that type of system, you need a powerful receiver, you need some good quality speakers, you need a good quality sub or more than one sub, and this is doing it at a fraction of the price, at a fraction of the space. So, you know, depending on which speaker setup you're going to get, obviously if you get in-wall speakers, then those take up a lot less space as well, but no huge receiver and stuff too. So you got to weigh the pros and cons. Also, if you have a whole bunch of devices, a receiver is usually better in that case, because it also comes with a whole bunch of HDMI inputs, where this one has no HDMI inputs. You're literally using the HDMI to basically pass the sound to this through the audio return channel. But overall, music sounded pretty good. Movies were pretty good. Is it amazing? No. This is probably much better for a secondary TV, one in another room or something like that. If you're going to use this as your main setup, yeah, it'll be fine, but don't expect immersive sound. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.